Well, hello. My name is American Amy, and we are live, I do believe. See if we can get a couple people in here, and then we can get started. I've got an article that I want to share with you guys, and it's important. It's about France, but what happens in other countries will eventually, most likely, happen here. It usually does. So let's see if we can get some people in here. Let's see how my lighting looks. Do we want the green? Let's see. Might want to take the virtual reality off until we get a green screen. No, I don't know. I forgot to get my lights on. Let me take my lights while I'm on here. Honey? That could have been messing with our virtual reality some too. Oh, wait a minute. I got a little light over here too. Oh, shit. I think it's dead. I gotta charge this little light. It helps. Okay. Anyway, so hey Jenny, hey Epic Roller, hey Yin Yang, hey guys. Okay, so we're gonna watch this it's a short video, but it's about a bill that's not only been passed, but at my understanding, it's been upheld by, I guess, the High Court of France. I don't know if this is still the case. Y'all can hear me okay, I'm assuming. Hey, girl with a camera. About 2 years ago, they had made it illegal to film police there. Now, I don't know if that's changed yet or not. I just found out about this situation here. So, hey, Jack. So, I haven't had time to look that up yet. So, we're going to look at this video I made real quick. And then we're going to discuss this. And it's not even that long. Hey, George. But listen very carefully to what the article's saying. And I found us a different computer voice. It's a little bit better than the other one. So at least we got that to look forward to. So share the screen. And that should be us. And it is us. Alrighty. Oops. No, it ain't. I messed this up. Gotta do it again. One more again. Okay, this is us now. American Amy with an article share. And we have some news from France.
France passes bill to allow police remotely activate phone camera, microphone, spy on people. A bill that would allow police in France to spy on suspects by remotely activating cameras, microphone including GPS of their phones has been passed. The bill allows the geolocation of crime suspects, covering other devices like laptops, cars and connected devices, just as it could be remotely activated to record sound and images of people suspected of terror offenses, as well as delinquency and organized crime. Although, the spying provision, which is part of a wider justice reform bill, has been attacked by the left and rights defenders as an authoritarian snooper's charter. The provisions raise.
This is a short article, and I'm not planning on stopping it again. I don't know about their country, but I know in most countries and the way the politics are now, and I definitely know in this country, if there's a bill that the left and the right both don't want, it doesn't generally pass. But I guess it went to the Supreme Court or their equivalent. I don't know. That's what we're going to listen. We're going to listen carefully. Like I said, it's only like 2 minutes long, but there's some information in there, that's crazy. Okay, I'm going to go back to the video. Sorry about the interruption.
Serious concerns over infringements of fundamental liberties, stated a French advocacy group promoting digital rights and freedoms, La Quadrature du Net. The group cited the right to security, right to a private life and to private correspondence and the right to come and go freely. specifically called the proposal a part of a slide into heavy-handed security. But lawmakers agreed to the bill late Wednesday as Justice Minister Eric Dupont-Moretti insisted the bill would affect only dozens of cases a year. During the debate on Wednesday, the members of parliament in the camp of President Emmanuel Macron inserted an amendment limiting the use of remote spying to when justified by the nature and seriousness of the crime and for a strictly proportional duration. They noted that a judge must approve any use of the provision, while the total duration of the surveillance cannot exceed 6 months. They said sensitive professions, including doctors, journalists, lawyers, judges and MPs, would not be legitimate targets. Last month, the Senate gave the green light to the provision of the Justice Bill, which would allow law enforcement to secretly activate cameras and microphones on a suspect's devices. Since 2015, when terrorist attacks rocked France, the country has increased its surveillance powers, and the keeper of the seal bill has been likened to the infamous U.S. Patriot Act.
It's a damn shame when other countries know that the Patriot Act is a bunch of bullshit, and there's a bunch of Americans that to this day think it's something helpful to us. Do you guys realize that? But France knows it's not. Okay, this bill, there's so many problems with it, okay? I'm going to open this up for discussion. I'm tired, so I'm not going to be up here too long. I had a long day. I've been up since like 3:30 this morning. I just couldn't sleep. And then I had a doctor's appointment at 2:30, so I couldn't really nap. So there's that, if anybody wants to come up here. Okay, so, what was I going to think? I wanted to take notes on this, but I just got this article. Actually, SJD, he recommended this article to me because I was like, I really want to go live and do a little panel. And I'm like, but I really want a topic. Guys know I like to have a topic for several reasons. One reason I like for us to get somewhere in life. I love to have fun and fuck off like we do so much of the time, like on the backup and stuff. But I also want us to learn and to grow and so I like to bring things on here, and I want to discuss things. I want to know what other people think about stuff. I want to know, is it just me that thinks shit like this is crazy? Is it just me and this SJD news? Or you guys think this shit's crazy too? Hey, Fred. Oh, thanks, Fred. Yeah, you're welcome. I'll get some rest. Don't worry. I will rest. I'm not that tired yet. Trust me. You can tell when I'm rubbing my back right now if you wonder why I'm moving. Let me get my pillow real quick. Hold on, guys. That's a good idea. Actually, I tell you what. We can walk outside real quick. And, let me put the headphones on. Even though anybody on here but me. Okay. So, I kind of want to hear that again because even though I just made that video, hey Rob, I didn't write down notes, and it's only 2 minutes. I'm going to play it one more time, and then I'm going to discuss it because I want to point stuff out in there, and I'm going to pay more attention this time. I mean, I was paying attention, but it's only 2 minutes long. It's worth it to me. American Amy with an article share, and we have some news from France.
France passes bill to allow police remotely activate phone camera, microphone, spy on people. A bill that would allow police in France to spy on suspects by remotely activating cameras, microphone including GPS of their phones has been passed. The bill allows the geolocation of crime suspects, covering other devices like laptops, cars and connected devices, just as it could be remotely activated to record sound and images of people suspected of terror offenses, as well as delinquency and organized crime. Although, the spying provision, which is part of a wider justice reform bill, has been attacked by the left and rights defenders as an authoritarian snooper's charter. The provisions raise serious concerns over infringements of fundamental liberties, stated a French advocacy group promoting digital rights and freedoms, La Quadrature du Net. The group cited the right to security, right to a private life and to private correspondence, and the right to come and go freely, specifically called the proposal a part of a slide into heavy-handed security. But lawmakers agreed to the bill late Wednesday as Justice Minister Eric Dupond-Moretti insisted the bill would affect only dozens of cases a year. During the debate on Wednesday, the members of parliament in the camp of President Emmanuel Macron inserted an amendment limiting the use of remote spying to when justified by the nature and seriousness of the crime and for a strictly proportional duration. They noted that a judge must approve any use of the provision, while the total duration of the surveillance cannot exceed 6 months. They said sensitive professions, including doctors, journalists, lawyers, judges and MPs, would not be legitimate targets. Last month, the Senate gave the green light to the provision of the Justice Bill, which would allow law enforcement to secretly activate cameras and microphones on a suspect's devices. Since 2015, when terrorist attacks rocked France, the country has increased its surveillance powers, and the keeper of the seal bill has been likened to the infamous U.S. Patriot Act.
Oh, hello, SJD. How are you?
Hey Amy, what's up everyone in chat? This is not just insane and scary and terrifying, but it just goes to show that the governments are out of control.
Yeah, and they said delinquency, which I know every country is different. But what did they mean by delinquency? That's awful vague. Hey, Rob, how you doing, darling? It's good to see you. Yeah, smoke one, brother. Hey, Diamond. Anyway, hey everybody in chat. Thank you guys for being with us tonight. Yeah, this is something that I asked SJD to give me a topic, and when he gave me this one, I was just like, wow, this is unbelievable. And they said certain occupations will be off limits. No, that's the main people they're going to go after. It's the journalists and who else do they say? Doctors and certain people would be off limits, but they're going to go after the journalists, especially independent ones. And again, when I started this tonight, like I said, I've got to check, and I should have asked you to check this earlier, SJD News, but I mentioned it to you, but we didn't have time when we were talking earlier. But I need to check and see. They had made it illegal to record the police in France a couple years ago. Do you know if that's still true, Rob? Or if they changed it back? Hey, Angel.
You never know.
Yeah, I have to look into it.
I've been dealing with my own shit.
I understand that.
Except realizing how fucked we are. Pardon my language, but just spitting the truth.
It is true.
Real quick here, I need to give actually props. This is not necessarily my. Let's give credit to where credit's due. This is an article that was shared to me this morning from Andrew Sheets, Charlotte County Cop Watch. So I'm just the middle guy here, passing along information.
Well, thanks to Andrew also, but that's what we do. We share information. Hey, Vicious E. Appreciate all you guys being here. Hey, Gregory. Yeah, I appreciate him sharing it with us, and I appreciate you sharing it with me, and I appreciate me sharing it with everybody else, because a lot of times people don't, they wonder why I share things, if it has to do with another country, which I think people understand this one here, why. Or, I'm sorry, what, baby?
You know what I appreciate?
What's that? Apple fritters?
Fritters and apple pie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I ain't had no apple fritter in a long time. I've had some ice cream, though. There's SJD News. But, okay, anyway, because if it will happen in one country, it will happen here. And also,
messages, Amy?
Yes, I've been getting them. I've just been so damn busy. I've been trying to.
Okay, is this phone still working?
Yeah, I've been trying to catch a little bit of your live streams, but I've just been so busy.
Oh no, that's just for your pleasures and stuff. But
Yeah, it's relaxing when I have time to look at it.
hey,
Yeah.
this 4th of July, I
Hmm.
put up I think about 50 videos, lots of music and good stuff to enjoy. So when you get sick and tired of all this other crap of the world and how fucked up things are, you can enjoy some good stuff.
That's true. Yeah, Yin Yang, this is true. I wish you would come up here with us, Yin Yang. I mean, you know firsthand about the tyrannical shit that happens down in Punta Gorda, which is something I'm always trying to push on this channel. You know how you live there. You've been through it. You're fighting a case there now, a very serious case, a case that I learned a lesson from because my dumb ass would have picked up a cop and handed his radio, knowing it was a cop's radio, not thinking, because I'm just that nice. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't think about, oh, they're better than me. I can't touch their shit. And you thought it was the
Amy,
other dudes anyway. Yes, darling.
uh, I posted, something else that concerns, all of our other rights being fucked with in the judicial realm. These landlords that are out of control, ripping off the housing. I just put a link in the chat. There's
Okay.
a section about 11 minutes into the news of what's going down with accountability for piece of shit landlords.
Okay.
How long have you been hearing me bitching about piece of shit landlord?
Ever since I've known you, which has been probably since 2016, 2017, somewhere like that.
And what happened this year? My
You got
rent
to
went up
move.
$200.
Oh. Yin Yang, I know you're still fighting that case, and that's something that we have to keep in our thoughts and prayers and in our mind. That's he's still fighting that case. What are you facing there? Do you even know what you're facing? And do you ever want to come out here and discuss that or anything else, guys? I will open my panel up for any of you guys. In fact, like I said, I like to have panels, but like I said, I do like to have at least a topic, and I do like when other people come up here and talk with me. Not always, you don't have to, but sometimes it is nice, you know. It is a compliment that people will just sit here and listen to me by myself talk, but I like when others talk with me too.
Yeah.
So this thing in France, they also said, it was very vague, and then they said delinquencies. That's so fucking vague. And then they said the left and the right was against it, but yet they still passed it. Now I know that I don't know exactly who passed it. Well, they said the Senate, and then they took it and they rearranged it some, but yet they still passed it. I don't know. It's crazy. It's terrible. And it's gonna. Oh, we lost SJD News. That's probably because he's probably in the desert somewhere. I wanna be with you in the desert. Oh, are you in the desert somewhere tonight?
We're in
No,
the desert.
Yeah, I figured it. I was
Hello,
thinking.
speaking about
Gregory,
eagles,
Victoria, Veronica. Hello.
Amy. Speaking about eagles,
Yes.
uh, I recorded a full concert of this Hotel California Eagles cover band.
Oh yeah, I seen that. I haven't
Featuring,
looked at it yet. Hey Veronica. Hey
excuse me,
Jerry. Yes. Go ahead. I'm
damn,
listening.
damn good stuff. Uh, Hell of a concert. Got the whole thing, and the sound come out really nice.
Why don't you put the link in the chat for others, please? Do you mind?
If somebody can grab it, I've kind of got my hands
Okay,
full of
that's
stuff.
fine. If not, I'll share it on my community page later. I've
But
got the
yeah,
link.
the Hotel California band. One of my
Sounds
recent
good.
uploads over the weekend.
Sounds good to me. I
Oh,
seen it when you shared it, but I just ain't had time to check it out. Okay, so we got Jerry in here now. We got George. We got Veronica.
okay, well,
SJD was arrested on his birthday.
I've got my case in my head right now, working on it. I got 2 weeks.
2 weeks before court.
2 weeks for trial.
Okay. And is that on your Rob? Is that on your Too Tall Rob live channel? That video. Well, I got the link. I'll find it. It's
Yeah,
on
I
my.
think I might have sent you the link. I knew you
Yeah,
liked to eat.
I got the link. It's on my messages.
Hey, don't none of you kids be making clips of me out there dancing like I was. That wasn't media content. I don't know how to edit shit, so hide the children before you play the video.
Come
Okay.
on up, Joey.
There might be some outbursts of twerking or something.
That should be funny. I'd like to
Yeah,
see. Too
we
Tall Rob twerking would make a great gift. And you
let's
talking about don't be taking no clips like you ain't the master of the clips. Hey Joey, come up, baby. Come on, Joey.
I've learned from some that are better than me.
Yeah, I bet you have. I'm finally learning how to edit just a little teeny bit, enough to survive. I'm getting better though.
Amy, are you looking?
I see.
We were twerking and stuff. Well,
Yeah, having a good old time, huh?
had a good time. There we go. You could just call her my backup sandwich maker.
Oh, she's pretty. Hey, Ashley, I want to ask you, since I keep even though I keep watching that video and since I didn't take notes, what are some things that you want to point out in it? Because it's such a short video, but there's things in it that I want to point out.
Yeah, I mean, the bullet points are that they're going to use any device that has a camera or microphone to spy on people. They're going to use the GPS to locate people. They said it's going to last up to 6 months, that they'll be surveying you, but not only necessarily you, but the people that are around you as well, the friends,
Oh,
family,
yeah.
colleagues, everybody.
And something
Um,
else he said that it was only going to affect like a handful of cases. That's a lie, and you know it.
well,
Like I
they
said,
say dozens a year, they say, but
regardless, it's a lie, and you know it. Whatever they
yes.
say, it's going to grow and grow and grow. Like I said, whatever they do is going to get worse and worse. Okay, any more points, please? I didn't mean to interrupt, but I just want to throw that in there. Keep going, please.
Yeah, and now here's the thing. I mean, and what they do is they're feeding, these lies or these things. It's programming is really what it is. Okay, but we're only going to do this on people that have crimes that are require 5 years in prison. And there was a list of other things that I can't remember right now. But that's how they do it. I mean, everyone, if the world could just remember that the entire world locked everyone up in their home,
Yep. Told us we were
and
crazy.
it was our fault. We let them do it, and now they are doing whatever the hell they want. And if we attempt to fight back or to speak back or to object to what they're doing, we're thrown in cages. And sometimes somebody said it earlier in a premiere I was watching, that the punishment is not, it's not this actually the sentence, it's the process. I've been going to court every month now since March, and that's what it is. They drag it on. They this costs people money. They got people that work jobs. They have to take off from work. I'm just rambling on now. Sorry.
No, you're fine if you don't lose your job. How
Yeah,
long they
I
hold
mean,
you, how long you've had your job, you know, what kind of job it is. All these things matter. They don't care. And as they're arresting you, they say, oh, well, just handle it in court or get your lawyer to handle all this shit. First of all, most people don't get a lawyer. That's another thing. You're not even entitled to a public defender, are you?
Yeah, no, and this is the joke of it. They're not even seeking jail time. So the fact that this prosecutor, they're dragging. Actually, the first time I met with the prosecutor, I questioned him, is he going to dismiss the charges? And his answer was, I have that power, yes, but he didn't. I've done a motion to dismiss that basically the court assistant, whatever, asked the prosecutor, there's a motion to dismiss. Do you want to read the motion? And his answer was no. So it makes me wonder, did the judge even bother to read the motion to dismiss? Did the prosecutor even bother? It's just unbelievable
I,
what we're dealing with.
I don't know. I know I would at least try to bring it up again before, I mean, at the trial. I don't know if he'll be able to,
Well,
but I would try.
it's a non-jury trial. There's not even a jury.
And
So
that's
it's
another
basically
thing. It's the same
me against the
asshole you've been dealing
system.
with.
Yeah, it's me against the system. So, seriously, it's a freaking misdemeanor, class one misdemeanor, a
Yeah,
bunch of bullshit.
I'm
And
not
if
laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because it's
No,
ridiculous.
I'm laughing because as much as I go in there and try to present my case, number one, it's pro se. They want you to play the game. They want you to pay money to an attorney. Every court that I've gone into, that's what the judge says to you. I would recommend that you seek legal advice and hire an attorney. And
But
that's
you know,
part of the circle.
right? And they might can finally get it dropped. But
Yeah.
and how long is that going to take? Look how long it took me, a year and a half, and they never even looked at the damn discovery. Hey ATL, how are you? I don't know where Rob went. He must be taking a break, or he was probably just letting us run our mouths. But yeah, so something else they still there. Let me think. Okay, yeah, um, yeah, they said it was. Yeah, okay. What about what they say? It would not affect journalists and doctors. I think journalists are going to be some of the people they come hardest for,
Yeah,
especially independents. And then even they had no sense to know that the Patriot Act is used against we the people here in America. You know, and they're scared that it's going to be used. A similar thing will be used against them.
I actually fear for the future generations to come.
Yeah, well, it's either somebody asked the other day on a live somewhere, guy on knows where, or maybe it was even just on Twitter. Should we even try to stop this? And I've wondered that a lot of times, because what's happening is pretty much, in my book, in my humble opinion, it's doomed to happen one way or another. You know, does this have to be the time? I don't know. So can we stop it? Maybe. I don't know. But eventually, something's going to happen that we're not going to be able to stop. And, of course, this world's going to come to an end. But I think as long as we're here, we're supposed to try. I really do. We're not supposed to just lay down and take anything. We're supposed to stand up for what's right. I can't believe anything but that. If I'm wrong, so be it. Hey, Sir Richard. We at least got to try. I know it's causing a lot of us. No, sorry, I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to her. I don't even have her set like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't
What's
have her.
Rob thinking?
That's that shit. That's that shit. That's them listening to my devices. Cheers, cheers. And that's another thing. They're going to sit there and watch you on your own devices. In France, they're going to cut your own video camera on. You could be sitting there having sex with your husband or wife and deciding y'all want to record yourself. Or you could just have your phone on and they could just flip it
Yeah,
on. You don't even have to be recording. Just like I always keep a piece of tape over my webcam when I'm not using it. You know?
yeah. I mean, you talk about being controlled, and that's what's it's coming down to just more. I mean, they're gonna micromanage your every move. Just realize that the automotive, I've seen two now. There's one called Waymo, and there's another company now driving around Phoenix. These automated vehicles, they're going to gain control of these vehicles. They'll just they'll just start driving us right to the jail.
Oh yeah, and then they've got those robots. And then they use one recently, and they send I don't know the story verbatim. They sent it in there to look at the dude, and yet they still shot the dude. It's like, why did you send the robot in, man? Uh,
Yeah.
it's like the robot was supposed to keep you from having to shoot the person, but it's crazy. And then also we have where they take the military equipment that's left from another. There's so many reasons they have wars, and I don't pretend to know all of them. I can't study everything, but I know a lot of them. And one of the things I noticed that they're doing is they have all the surplus war equipment that they brought back from our most recent wars, and they are give what they call a grant to local police departments. That's why they have your SWAT departments have these big old tanks and stuff. But
Yeah.
this is war equipment. This is not to be used against your own people, guys. This was bought to be used in Iraq and shit, not here. And they're gifting it to your local police department. And most of the time they never use it, but they will come a time when they do. And they will come a time when there'll be little robots following us around. And I don't want to live in that time, and I don't want my kids and I don't want my grandkids to. And that's why I do believe we are supposed to try to. This is backwards. I'm trying to fix it because the camera, is flipped around. Anyway, so that's why I think we are supposed to try to make things better. Hey, Westside, we are supposed to try to keep standing up for our rights, even though it seems like a losing battle sometimes. And I know we get disappointed so many times by YouTube, by our fellow activists, by just the legal system, the fact that we're playing by the rules and the damn legal system is not. You know, it gets discouraging sometimes, but we just keep on keeping on. It's what we do. It's what we've been called to do. Some of us, and just as good people, we've always going to have to try to stand up for what's right. I mean, how can we not? How can we live with ourselves if we don't try to stand up for what's right? I can't. I mean, these police, they can sit there and put you in jail for a ticket or not having a license. They can drag an old lady down the road. Like that video I shared the other day, 65-year-old lady, because she didn't have a driver's license or speeding. I can't remember. I shared so many articles. I haven't been out videoing that much lately. I did go to the police department today, and because my husband had lost his ticket, and he was asking me to read the options to him because they gave him another copy, right? And sure enough, he says, read me the options. They've got 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, they did, but they had a number 4 too. And that was if you want to contest it, if you want to plead not guilty. She never even mentioned that in him. And because nobody does hardly, and they surely aren't going to encourage you to. All she mentioned was options 1, 2, and 3. But I said, look, here's 4 if you want to plead not guilty. But because he didn't have the camera on, I'm probably just going to tell him to go to ticket clinic, Hello. Hello. SJD? Rob, I know Rob is muted, but you can hear me.
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry.
It's okay. You made me think I was crazy.
No, sorry.
Look at my little mic. It's so little. It's so cute, though. Hey, Michael. How are you, darling? It's good to see you. Hey, Conk. Yeah, I thought, yeah, that left me hanging, both of you. I mean, Rob, he can at least hear me. If I was to get, hopefully, I don't know, he might even forget. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm good. Thank you, Rob. Rob's always been a big help to me, damn, with StreamYards, you know what I'm saying?
I'm getting things ready. I got to feed the critters.
You're fine, darling.
I got two mama raccoons and six babies that come to visit.
Wow. I've been having the bunnies. No raccoons, thankfully. I don't want no raccoons. I don't have room in my yard for raccoons, okay? I got a small little, you can't even call it a yard. I call it a little patch
No,
of
no, no,
grass.
no. They just come to visit. They just come to visit and leave.
Yeah, I know, but I don't even have room for them to do that, man. I'm telling you, my yard's little, especially my backyard. But the bunnies come, and if the raccoons did come, it ain't like I could stop them. You know what am I gonna do if they did come? I'm not gonna do nothing to them. But I have the baby bunnies. They come and I feed them. It's got such a glare on it, baby. I can't see it. Oh, I see it. There's the raccoons. Oh, hold on. I'll put you on solo for a minute. Oh, now it's got a glare. Pull it back a little bit. There we go. Right there. So cute.
Gotcha.
So many of them, and they're just gonna multiply, multiply. That's what I'm saying. I be scared even with the shit I be feeding. I be scared of shit. I don't have too much shit coming up here. Why did you get a new cat that showed up? I wish a cat would show up here now. If a cat showed up, I'd be so happy.
I got 5 cats and 9 raccoons that I've recognized.
Adopted, yeah. Kind of got in a family. Kind of started getting fed every day.
My front porch is like a Dairy Queen. Everybody stops in for a snack.
That's how it is at my mama's. When I was up, I still hadn't put that video up at the of the bobtail. I have the one of the bobtail cat that comes up there. He's not her cat. He's a cat she used to have's offspring though, and he's a bobtail. And there's actually two of them, but I didn't get to see the one last time. He never showed up, but the one did. Calling them cops is a name call. It's illegal to call a pig a cop here where I was a kid until cops should. I know, yeah. It was illegal there. That's a free speech thing. Yeah, it is a derogatory term, I do believe. I call them cops most of the time if there's one that impresses me or something, or if one acts good in a video. You may see me comment the word officer. That's about the best you're gonna get out of me. Um, and then if they piss me off, or anytime I say sir, I agree with Lady Justice. That means servants in retention. Okay. So sir them up all day long. Don't worry about that if you call them sir, because that's what they are, servants in retention. And they don't even know what the fuck they're doing. You gotta go. I would like that, Yin Yang. I was going to mention that to you the next time I spoke with you. I was going to ask you if you could come this way, maybe when you got things under control, and me and you go videoing. I would really like that. It's been a long time, and I can't get over your way probably, but if you could come my way one day, that would be so cool. All right, so let me know. I was just thinking about that the other day. See, great minds think alike. Great Florida minds at that. Bye, Yin Yang. Guys, if you're not subbed to Yin Yang News now, make sure you subscribe to him. Wonderful
Take care,
activist.
man.
Wonderful friend of mine. Wonderful friend of this channel's.
Indian's good people. I met him while I was in Port Charlotte.
Yes, he is. Yes.
Very good, very good people.
I like Yin Yang a lot. And I remember Lady Justice got arrested. I was about to have a nervous breakdown. You know how my anxiety is. And he just got off work, and he was like, "Oh God, like hey, Liberty Blair, like an hour away," but he wanted to come down there, and I was upset, and he wanted to come. I'm like, "You ain't gotta," but he wanted to come anyway. But I was happy to see him because he has like a common effect on me, you know.
Yeah.
But it took him like an hour to get there. But he came, and then we waited. And like 4:30 in the morning, I had Dr. Sean take me back to the room because I can't sit outside of jail all night. That shit was driving me nuts. That was a rough night. It was rough. It's rough when you see your friends go to jail. Well, only one friend went to jail that night, but it was all of our friends. And we were all going through it together. Hey, John, how are you doing, darling? It's good to see you. Like a compilation for me. I would like that. Thank you. I'm just throwing out requests. Anything else I want? Let me see. Oh, let me put the banner. Maybe I'll get some donations. Let me see if I can
Put that banner up.
put that banner up there and do that e-begging. I don't think it's e-begging. I think it's just reminding people that, donations are appreciated. Uh, but what, Pajama Audits is back in Florida, really? That's good. I hadn't seen her on Instagram in a minute. I usually see her on Instagram. Yeah, that's good that she's back in Florida. I hope she's doing well. Poor thing. She went through a really hard time, and it's not something that's gonna get better. I mean, it might. I don't know. I doubt it's gonna get much better. It's gonna hurt forever. You're doing good, John. That's good to hear. It's good to see you. It's good to see all you guys. Okay, so let's I think we're gonna show the France video one more time because we got some new people in here, and I think if it'll happen in France, it'll happen here, and it's only 2 minutes long. So let's watch that again one more time. American Amy with an article share, and we have some news from France.
France passes bill to allow police remotely activate phone camera, microphone, spy on people. A bill that would allow police in France to spy on suspects by remotely activating cameras, microphone including GPS of their phone has been passed. The bill allows the geolocation of crime suspects, covering other devices like laptops, cars and connected devices, just as it could be remotely activated to record sound and images of people suspected of terror offenses, as well as delinquency and organized crime. Although, the spying provision, which is part of a wider justice reform bill, has been attacked by the left and rights defenders as an authoritarian snooper's charter. The provisions raise serious concerns over infringements of fundamental liberties, stated a French advocacy group promoting digital rights and freedoms, La Quadrature du Net. The group cited the right to security, right to a private life and to private correspondence, and the right to come and go freely, specifically called the proposal a part of a slide into heavy-handed security. But lawmakers agreed to the bill late Wednesday as Justice Minister Eric Dupond-Moretti insisted the bill would affect only dozens of cases a year. During the debate on Wednesday, the members of parliament in the camp of President Emmanuel Macron inserted an amendment limiting the use of remote spying to when justified by the nature and seriousness of the crime and for a strictly proportional duration. They noted that a judge must approve any use of the provision, while the total duration of the surveillance cannot exceed 6 months. They said sensitive professions, including doctors, journalists, lawyers, judges and MPs, would not be legitimate targets. Last month, the Senate gave the green light to the provision of the Justice Bill, which would allow law enforcement to secretly activate cameras and microphones on a suspect's devices. Since 2015, when terrorist attacks rocked France, the country has increased its surveillance powers, and the keeper of the seal bill has been likened to the infamous U.S. Patriot Act.
Third time's a charm, yeah. So if they'll do it in France, they'll do it here. And that's just ridiculous. They just will snap your phone on and watch you. And then it's like you said, actually these 6 months. And if they're gonna watch all your phone calls, they're gonna snare all kinds of people. And a warrant in France, I don't think is gonna be near as detailed as one in the US. They didn't say exactly what they were gonna be looking for, did they? That's vague
What's
to
that?
me. I didn't hear them say that the warrant was going to have to say exactly what they were looking for.
Well, it has to be approved by a judge.
Yeah, but it sounded so vague, and it's like how many people they gonna snag in that
Yeah,
6 months? They
yeah.
gonna
I mean,
get you and everybody you ever met. Yeah.
yeah, it's easy. It's the same thing, the 483, whatever that law is in Florida, and the same thing here, 22-6 in Arizona. They're going to have these ubiquitous laws or reasons, to come in and start locking people up
Yeah.
until the people have had enough of it. And I hope that someday that'll happen.
I wonder what the statistics are on like real crime and like shit like bullshit,
Yeah,
like
especially
laundering
Arizona.
and how you say it, loitering,
Yeah, yeah.
trespass, and I don't mean a real trespass, but bullshit ones. You know what I'm saying? I wonder how many people are out there actually committing real crimes compared to this bullshit, you know? And
Yeah, I mean, in Tempe, Arizona alone, since 2016, they did some studies, and I think the percentage was 72% of the calls that the police that were actually working, they were all non-violent,
most of them probably felons calls.
uh,
And probably about 50% were about cameras.
this this is
Shout out to
true.
the AZ crew. All the people in AC that record.
That's right. Shout out to the AZ crew.
Yes.
West Side, throw the camera. Joey's
It's a real team, baby.
covering, he's covering 2 states, man. Shout out to Joey Surreal,
Believe it.
Uh,
And he got 2 channels.
yeah,
Yep. And he got to
both.
put up with girl with a camera. No, I'm just playing. That was funny.
I don't answer questions.
And he's got to put with me too half the time. I don't fuck
Those
with him
guys
too
are
much.
good.
Not on the phone, but in person, I'll fuck with him. Just playing around, But I
Yeah,
would like to work with him. I would like to work with you. I like to work with Girl with a Camera. I like to work with just about anybody right now.
yeah. I mean, it would be great to do like an auditor tour.
Hmm.
I mean, I would. I'd love to go to these other cities and meet up with with a lot of the other auditors out there. Um,
Yes, we do need safely.
and it'd be
Oh,
cool, like a 5 state
uh,
journey, and then we end it at Disney in Florida.
oh, fuck Disney. They're evil. Good night,
Uh,
Liberty Blair. I love you. Have a good night, sweet Jerry. Get some sweet dreams. I know how it is to be tired, man. Yes. And when your body
uh,
tells you to rest, you better go take that rest. Mine's telling me I should be resting right now. There's Rob looking all handsome. He's like, oh yeah, I'm getting all nice. I want to go soon. So yeah, anyway, and then like that law, okay, that article I shared the other day about the pronoun thing. I have not read that law, and maybe they are over exaggerating that law, but I'm afraid where that's going to lead. I remember, years ago in Canada, they started those kind of laws. And I just, free speech, we have to be so careful with our free speech. I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings ever, but I do need to read the law, though. I have not read the law, but I do need. I know that whenever you give them an inch, the government I'm talking about, they're going to take a mile, and especially when you're dealing with something so precious as any of our rights, especially the first and the second, but any of our rights. I don't like to put them in order of importance, but you can't do shit if you can't speak. You know? Damn. And everybody's got a mouth, and just about, and free speech is going. Yeah, I know it's been going, but what little bit we've got to hold on to. We can't let them make laws. Like I said, I have not read that law, but we can't be letting them make these laws that are going to limit it worse. And we just had a case that was won by Project Veritas. They had what state was it? They had
Ninth district.
what? Where was it?
It was, well, there were two of them, and the last one that I just read was the ninth district.
I don't think this one was. Well, I don't. I know this was where. Anyway, wherever it was, again, affirming that we can film the police. They have made it where you couldn't, and they have in Oklahoma too. But with Oklahoma, I did read that bill, and it said with the intention to harass. You can video, but you cannot post with the intention to harass. Now, this new law, that I was talking about earlier, back on it. I heard Steve Lolito has broken it down. Snarky Staff told me that, so I had to look into that. Now, that law that was just won by Project Veritas, I cannot remember what state that was, but
I thought it was Washington, but I might be wrong.
it's very possible. Very possible. Very possible. And somebody was saying on Twitter, think the auditors that came before this guy. Well, yeah, I said, I am one of those auditors, you know? And he was like, okay, yeah, I'm talking about all of y'all. But see, that guy, they had the money to do that appeal, you know? Most of us don't have money to go appealing laws and shit, and ordinances and shit. And even if you, hey, CFW, and even if you do have the money to do it, I will give you the link, CFW, but I'm not going to be here much longer. But you can damn sure have the link. We're talking about how France is now going to start spying on some suspects via their cell phones and cameras and any electronic devices, their car, their black box in their car, their GPS. But they'll have to have a warrant first, but you know how that is. It ain't like they're that hard to get. Some places they just carry them around in their pockets. Rob, you're muted, darling. And we got CFW in the house. Hey, darling.
Hey, let me turn off these other thingies. How are you doing?
I'm good. And you?
Hey, Carolina.
Hey, oops. No, I just wanted to talk to you. I walked by the room and I heard you saying something about the. Am I echoing? I heard you saying something about
I don't
crime,
think so.
about how much.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Yes, Rob. You're.
Hi, Caroline. Hi.
Are you leaving? No, he's just saying hi. Yeah, he just wanted to say hey to you. Okay, that's fine.
Well, what I was going to say
I've just got about 3 things going on here at once, plus a phone call.
I understand, Rob. You're fine, darling. Okay.
He's eating an apple fritter.
Yeah, I ain't had one in a while. He was making me want one earlier. That's what he needs to do. Give me some apple fritter porn instead of all these raccoons. I like the raccoons, but why do I want to get hungry for a fritter? Then I won't have one. Okay, what was you wanting to tell us, CFW? Please go ahead, darling.
The whole point of incarceration is to keep the people in jail. So they're going to make up these bogus charges. Like you were talking about, how many people do you think has bogus charges and they're not really. If you just pick up any book and sheet, like for instance, Tarrant County, one I'm fighting right now, you have at least 15 people a day arrested for criminal trespass. What is that? Criminal trespass is supposed to get your warning and all that, but the whole point is to get the people in.
And to
Then
get
they
that
have,
money.
yeah, so you'll have, if you look on the bond and booking sheet, then you'll have like 3 or 4 failures to ID with no other charge with it, right? You know, they barely
which
get,
is
they
a
barely
secondary charge, especially in fucking Texas, where you have
Yeah.
to be under 98. What is it? 9802.
Yeah,
You have to be 3802. You have to be
Yeah.
under arrest.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's it. Most states you have to have the reasonable articulable suspicion.
I
of a
know,
crime.
but y'all got to be under arrest, so that makes it even
Yeah, you have to have
more.
probable cause. But see, these people have no incentive to solve the crimes either. What's your incentive to solve the crime? What are you going to get if you have the most crimes solved? They don't have any
Nothing.
incentive.
People
Right.
already worship them and tell them they're heroes and
So they don't even
how
try.
great they are.
And
Thank
they
you,
try to keep you in there.
sir.
If you're poor and you have no money and you have no lawyer, you're going to be in jail for a while. I met this girl that was coming out of jail. She had on a paper shirt, paper pants, paper shoes, right?
Wow.
Because they lost her clothes, but she was
I'm
in
not
there
surprised.
Yeah, she was in. They wanted to say she was trying to get find a way back to Dallas, so I went and bought her clothes and put her on the train. But
Thank you.
anyways, she has been there for 8 months, and the crime that she got arrested for when she finally got to court, which was that day, you know, they let her. They said, if you just sign right here guilty, we'll let you out today. Instead of just saying we're going to dismiss this, no, they made her sign guilty. The crime she committed was only the most you could get was 3 months in jail. That was maximum. She sat there for 8. You get it?
That's ridiculous. Yes.
So they only solve 20% of property crimes. If you've ever had your car broken into and then you call the cops, right?
Oh yeah, they won't even fingerprint most of the time. I've had my home broken into before more than once, in different locations, different cities, and well, this is when I was younger, didn't know better,
yeah.
And I never been one to call them about, no bullshit. But I thought when you're robbing stuff, they'd come out there and fingerprint. And no.
The first thing they ask you is, do you have insurance? Call your insurance agent. That's the first thing they say.
They ain't trying to solve no damn burglaries or no car thefts.
Why should they? What do they get
No
out of
incentive.
it?
No incentive. And it'd be so much easier for them to just go get somebody that's going down the road. They can just lie and say their tail lights out.
Yeah. Like I always get comments on my stuff saying, they can't do that. Why didn't you blah, blah, blah? They can't? Yes, they can. Yes, they can. They'll just make something up like you said.
Right. Just because something's not legal don't mean they won't do it. That's what I tell people all the time. I encourage people to know their rights, and I encourage people to stand on their rights, but I also encourage people to realize that they do not play by the rules. So you can get arrested whether you're out filming or whether you're just going to work or whatever. And whether knowing your rights will help tremendously, especially if you wind up in jail and in court. But is it a foolproof thing? No, especially because the cops don't know it.
One more thing too before you get on there. You know how they always say, I'm trying to get it all in because she's got to go. How they say, well, I'll see you in court. I ain't
going yet. You're okay.
I see you in court. We'll just go and fact this out in court. And the cop's like, okay, yeah, that sounds fine, because the courts are in on it too. Because here's the deal. The district attorney's job is to put you in jail. Okay. Now he has to give all his facts to the people that are the defendant, the person that's arrested, right? He only has to give the facts that he's going to present in court. So let's say he has this many facts that he's going to present in court, but he has this many that proves innocence. He does not have to give that information over, the proof of innocence. He only gives over the proof of guilt. That's all. And you have to find out, you have to prove you're innocent.
I thought it was exculpatory evidence.
He doesn't have to. He only has to disclose what he's going to present in court.
Really?
Isn't that crazy?
What if you knew you were innocent? What if
doesn't matter?
It's horrible.
Isn't that horrible? That's why they always say, we'll see you in court. Of course you're going to see me in court, because they don't look at the body cam footage. They only read the narrative of the police officer. It's amazing. Some of the things that we get are police reports compared to what we have on film. Amazing.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I mean, they lie.
Oh Lord, Shardy boy, I don't know.
But with only 20% of property crimes being solved and 40% of violent crimes being solved, they don't have to. Most of our violent crimes are by the police here. And they claim that the police have to turn in a report every month to our city council, and they have to do it in your city too. You can get this report. This report has every time they've used force against us.
Right.
Self-report. We have over 300 a month where they used force against us. Now, if you look at the crime statistics, who's committing more crimes? We got 300 by the police. Every month.
It's ridiculous. Look, Jane, we're fixing to go anyway, darling. We surely are.
You can get that. You go on your city council's website. It'll be in the agenda notes. You just have to dig a little bit for it. But every month, the police have to turn into your city a report with the use of force, the use of deadly force, everything. It's amazing how many times they use force against us. And it's almost
and we should be pulling those body cams from some of those too.
But that's another thing. They charge us for them.
Yes,
they
do.
say, well, I got it on body cam. But who's going to... Then you'd have to have one person for each cop sit there and watch it in real time.
I know. It's so much, and it's so easy for people to say, do this, do that. And they just don't know whether it be the cops or regular people. But anyway, Jamie, we're fixing to go. Maybe you could join us next time. I'm sorry, I do not know who you are. And I'm fixing to end this anyway. But I do appreciate you all being here, and I want to thank Too Tall Rob and SJD and Carolina and Fort Worth, also known as CFW.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Guys, you want to sign off?
Yep, SJD News. Carolina, nice to see you on panel.
Nice to see you.
I want to say one thing real quick, if I can.
You may.
If you guys remember the gentleman James Hodges in Lake City, Florida, he just put out an update video on his case. And the pathetic thing is, a reminder, if you guys don't know, this is a gentleman who was walking to jury duty in the morning, so he required his walking stick.
Right,
and as he was back home, he did not, and had it in his back pocket, mistaken for a gun. He said, "What are you, some kind of tyrant?" And then he was arrested. His update the other day was he's only they've offered him, or his settlement is going to be $7,500 pathetic dollars.
Wow.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I remember that case.
7,000.
Terrible. So anyhow, SJD News out.
Okay, American Amy here, and Rob.
I'm out too. Thank you for having me. Goodbye, guys.
You're welcome. I guess Rob's walked away. Okay, I'm going to say bye for Rob. Thank you all. Y'all have a wonderful night. Thanks for joining me, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.